Damn. Damn. Events that are leading to the anniversary of 9/11 are just becoming amusing to the point where it's beyond ridiculous. Welcome to the show. John DCQR reporting from somewhere in Toronto, Canada. Today I'm going to talk about the General's crocodile tears and more amusing tributes. Anyone who has been following the news and has at least some degree of perceptual functionality would scoff at anything General Petraeus discusses, especially when all of a sudden he objects to the burning of the Quran because the insurgents in Afghanistan will target American troops, as if the insurgents need the encouragement from some wacko preacher who also happens to do church services for the military. The preacher would have to have had be somehow connected to the military and some other American intelligence agency. Think about it for a second. Why would the U.S. Department of Defense order some whack-job preacher to cease and desist with hate-mongering? Also, the U.S. military and other agencies are notorious for promoting all sorts of Christian causes, from Pentecostalism in order to pacify various peoples in Latin America and Africa, to promoting crusades in the Islamic world, to promoting British Israelism and Zionism, in any flavor that is detrimental to Jews living in Israel and elsewhere. And the U.S. government also promotes every whacked out variety of Islam, from Wahhabism to Sufism, to the detriment of Muslims everywhere, especially in the Arab world, but that is a topic for another show. Notice how there is much undue and unjustified media attention given to Terry Jones. He may be obsessed with receiving publicity and attention, but that alone does not guarantee media coverage. If you read the congressional records, do a few internet searches, and read a bunch of tree murdering books, you'll find that if vested interests, especially the U.S. government, believe that giving someone publicity will further advance their interests, they will give them the publicity. Look at COINTELPRO and Project Mockingbird and other related projects as well, but that's another matter. Now, to get to what I really want to say is the more amusing things I find about this B-movie spectacle, which is General David Petraeus is concerned about protecting the troops in Afghanistan. He is speaking for an institution that routinely arranges, consents, and even participates in killing troops. Sure, the CIA, FBI, DIA, Delta Force, and other agencies lend a helping hand. Sure, private mercenary contractors such as DynCorp, Z Enterprises, and Aaron Systems contribute more than their fair share as well. If you want more in-depth explanations of what I just said, take a look at a few books. Bite House by Monica Jensen Stevenson, Defrauding America by Rodney Stitch, and Jaded Tasks by Wayne Madsen. Of course, that's just a few examples. Petraeus was also Petraeus was also one of the commanders in Iraq when Blackwater was being investigated for their actions in Iraq, which included murdering civilians, troops, and anyone else they saw. During the congressional hearings and investigations, Petraeus was questioned about his relationship with Eric Prince, the owner of Blackwater. I simply do not have the time to explain all the details. However, both Petraeus and Prince, along with Bush, viewed the current conflicts that America is involved as crusades and everything else connected to it. They also have Jesuitical connections through such institutions as the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, Georgetown University, and the Council on Foreign Relations, just to mention a few places. But he amuses his audience with absurd concerns about burning Korans. If these events really had no political ramifications, it really didn't have any political ramifications, this wouldn't even be considered of a show worthy of even the worst of B-movie producers. Oh yeah, one more thing. Enjoy the 9/11 party and happy hangover.